Hello, Joy Tribe. Hello, hello, hello. So we are back with the Joy Villa show, and we have our series, our Health is Wealth series, with my incredible fitness. Well, he's a personal health coach. I'm on the fitness side, but we're going to talk about fitness today. But this is Ravinder Sain, all the way from South Africa. He's living there currently. He's right there. Hey, Ravinder, welcome to the show.
Sorry?
I said, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Joy. Yes.
Yeah. So today we are going to talk about fitness and fasting, because I come from the fit world. Look at me, look at these muscles, okay, guys? But I have been incorporating intermittent fasting. And we did a video about intermittent fasting, Joy Tribe, a while ago. You can check in the series, all of these videos I'm putting into one playlist, so you can just play them back to back. You don't even have to watch it because we're talking. This is more like a visual podcast. But, of course, you can watch the show as well. So, but you can just listen. And any questions you have, please feel free down below. You can contact Ravinder directly. And I'm coming on board, actually, as a health and fitness coach to help him and his company only for my personal Joy Tribers. So if you come on board and you wanna get your full health assessment, your body assessment for free, make sure you WhatsApp or iMessage or Instagram him. All Ravinder's information down below. And he has my full Joy Villa seal of approval because I work with him personally for the last 2 years, and he has changed my life. I tell you, my body has gotten, the composition of my body has changed. Like right now I'm getting leaner and leaner because I had gained a lot of muscle, but I had gained a lot of fat on my muscle. So this is for you fitness headies out there, fit heads. I don't know what we're gym rats. I don't know the slang is for kids these days. But Ravinder is not a gym guy, right? Ravinder walks, right? You bicycle, you're into health. I am a gym girl. I was talking to a friend who wants to lose weight, and he was like, all I have to do is diet. Last night we had dinner, and we were chatting about that. And I was like, well, you could also go to the gym. He's like, well, yeah, the gym will just get me more toned. But there's a big misconception about the gym and fitness, and then also with fasting. So Ravinder, I'm going to talk a little bit about fitness first, and then I want you to talk about fasting, and then we'll see how we can incorporate together. How's that sound?
Yeah, of course, 100%.
Awesome. Now, Ravinder is a health coach who's coached over 8,000 people. He's coached me. He's coached many of you, Joy Tribe. He's very trusted. And it's fun because we can incorporate these two worlds together. And if you need a personalized fitness program, if you need to, learn about lifting weights, a health program, you can employ both of us and we'll help you. Like, we would love to help you with that. Change your life and your body composition. So for fitness, real quickly, like for me, the gym is something that is a lifestyle. Like, I'm about to go to the gym after this call. I lift weights. I've done bodybuilding. I've competed in bodybuilding, bikini category, won 2 trophies. So for me, it's not just about, like, I'll show you because it's a visual medium. Ignore my messy clothes here. But, it's about, for me, it's about building this shape, right? So like well-defined muscles on the shoulders, well-defined arms. Like, I used to have very skinny arms. So this is all muscle built out as a vegan, by the way, with not lots of cardio, but with lots of, training, personal training, with deadlifts, heavy weights, working out harder than last time, like increasing weights, making sure that I'm getting a really good workout. So I do a lot of muscle building exercises because I want to build muscle. It's harder for a woman. We have less testosterone. It's harder as plant-based because you have to eat more, right, to get quality sources of protein. It's harder when you're on the go and moving around like I do, performing and speaking, all that stuff. So the fitness angle was to build muscle. Now, the problem is we go through this bulking thing where we also gain fat because you have to eat more calories to turn them into muscle. Ideally, it's like lean proteins, low carb, lots of veggies, and then you do a little bit of cardio, but like mostly I do fasted black coffee workouts in the morning. So it's quite a regimen. It's quite extreme for the normal person, but once you get into it, your body gets really like used to it. You just wake up early, you do this, and the results are incredible. You can gain massive amounts of muscle in a shorter time, especially the newbie gains, which are when you first start. And I've been weightlifting for over 5 years, so I have matured muscle. So even if I lost muscle, if I got back in the gym, it would come back right away. Like very quickly because I've also been athletic my whole life. I ran track. I won medals in track. Like I've competed as an athlete my whole life, you know. So, but I used to be like yoga skinny when I was modeling. So this whole shoulders, upper body, all built by blood, sweat, and tears. Now, and the booty's hereditary, but still, leg day can never skip leg day. I'm glad that big muscles are back on women. Please, God, please, no more skinny women. I mean, it's okay to be skinny if you're naturally skinny, but as an ideal, it's not working for everyone. Okay, so saying that, segueing into, we know what the gym is. We know how it is to be in the gym, get the pump. I love it. I'm like, yeah, gym bro. But what about fasting? How do you actually maintain fit? Because a lot of people who are fit or buff aren't healthy on the inside. There are those who are, but they look really nice. Like you see bodybuilding, that's one of the most unhealthy things you can do to your body, unfortunately, especially if you're doing it unnaturally. Like we're talking no drugs here. We don't do that in this space. But there's people who do that, and then there's people who starve themselves or, you know, overeat mass consumptions of protein to where they're stressing their liver out. Like there's all ways to like look good on the outside and feel like crap on the inside. You're water depleting, but how do you maintain a fit physique and fast? Well, I'll tell you one thing is that fasting has helped me do this, get the stomach really in check without sacrificing too much. Now, I'm not doing cardio like crazy, and I'm not doing potatoes, which is a sacrifice, and I'm not doing carbs. I'm not doing like processed carbs, but I tell you, these are some tight pants. And just 2 weeks ago, I had fluff. I had whatever you want. I was going to call them sideburns. That's not what they're called. What are these called, Ravinder? When you have
Love handles.
love handles.
Yeah.
Love handles. That's it. Love handles or muffin top. So right now my stomach is incredibly lean because you can actually start to see the muscle definition. You can see the pinch back here where my ribs meet, and you can see, because before I had a stomach and a little bit more. Now my shape was great because I had tons of muscle because I lift weights. That's the beautiful thing. You can be buff and you can gain fat on top of the muscle and it still looks shapely. Like my body composition is really good because I've been an athlete all my life. For the modern person or the person who's just going to set foot in the gym and start gaining muscle, they're going to gain fat if you continue to eat like that. So how do you, at some point, I think you should just work out, lift for strength and just not care. But then at some point, you're going to want to lean down so you can see your hard-earned muscles. And for men, they're going to want to get really low body fat to see the veins and so forth, get the chicks. Ladies, we want to have a nice flat stomach with a perky butt. Like this is body building. You can be cause over the shape of your body. But how do you lean out? Well, fasting is the undeniable secret, I think, of some of the best athletes. So that's the introduction to fitness. That's kind of the overall thing. I'm obsessed with the gym. I love it, but not to the point where I'm going to be unhealthy. So enter Ravinder. I met him 2 years ago. He helped change my life because I was trying to lean down. I had this fit physique, but my body felt very tired. I felt very overrun. I was relying on like 6+ cups of coffee a day and working out and still not getting the results because I felt frustrated with like the muscle was there, but the layer of fat, it was like bear mode. I was like, kind of like I felt bulky. I felt puffed up. And so I asked Ravinder what to do. And well, he changed my life. Ravinder, how do you incorporate fasting? How did you see from your perception a client who was into fitness in the gym like me and how to help me with intermittent fasting?
Okay, so now you have to see the goal. What you're doing does something in the body which increases your human growth hormone. Exercise increases your HGH. The mistakes people do is they counter it by pre-workout and post-workout. So when you do a pre-workout or post-workout, your body stops making HGH because those things make your body's blood sugar go up. To counter the blood sugar, the body has to make insulin. In the presence of insulin, there is no human growth hormone. So now comes my way of doing. Why do I do fasting? And why do I work out in fasting? I would do, it's been 2 years. I'm in South Africa on a program. You can see I have gained a little bit of weight. I was experimenting. I can do 40 kilometers of bicycling after doing 40 hours of fasting. So that's where I put the human growth hormone with the power of 100. So that's how much it gets boosted. So when you do workout, your body makes human growth hormone. That's why when people work out, they look young, they get slim. human growth hormone, is one of the key hormones to burn fat. But here comes the cherry. When you fast, you make 300 times more human growth hormone than anything else.
Wow.
But everything shuts down. The liver says, oh, let me do my handling. Let me do the damage repair. It is done in a very strange way. 3 or 4 glands are responsible, one body part. Like if you see the thigh muscles are the trigger for human growth hormone, the thigh muscle. So if you work out something with the thighs, like bicycling, it's like a connection between pituitary gland, which is above inside the head. It gives liver a sign. So it's like a loop of 3-4 things to make human growth hormone. There are some hormones, like as I said, insulin. In its presence, you don't make human growth hormone. So that's why a lot of people who do workout in fasting, like if you know yoga, that's an Indian science, like there's a technology in that 3 hours before yoga session, 3 hours after yoga session, no food. That's rule.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because you see, the moment you have food, 4 hours or 6 hours, there will be no human growth hormone. So the point of working out, you can get the muscle, but who makes the muscle? Human growth hormone. Not you need insulin to make the muscle, but it's later, not at that time. And it's not actually very true data. You can search on it. I remember I did the study on it. It's not that much needed. Insulin is not the one which is really needed that much. And I agree with you 100%. Some people bulk up with protein. The rule is this. Let's say if you're a meat eater, your palm size is all the protein you need, a steak of that size.
Wow.
And what you do when you eat too much protein, your body makes that protein into a sugar called glucagon, which itself raises your blood sugar and then more insulin. So protein, there's a very simple rule. If you are sensitive enough and you haven't done drugs and stuff, when you start eating protein, there will be a stage your body will say, I'm good. That's how much protein you should have. Nobody can tell you how much you should have. It's like telling someone, we did a video on water, you should have 4 liters, 3 liters, whatever. No, your sensitivity, your awareness will let you know that it's enough. So this much protein, but of course, when you're working out, your need of protein goes up. Your body, like when I was doing, I was happy with this much. But when I started working out as a bicyclist, my goodness, I can eat protein. I can get away with a lot of protein because I was building muscle. And so you have to be fit inside, of course, 100%. And fitness comes with fasting. So let's say you're working very good. And what's the best time to work out is more in the afternoon, between afternoon and evening. Somehow that works. But doesn't matter. People don't have time. They can do early morning. It's OK. But you should do it in fasting. So whatever you're doing gives you the benefit. I know it's tough. You might not be able to lift that much. And that will tell you that carbs are basically drugs. So when you do carbs, you can do more. When you don't do carbs, you do less. So what's the point? So they are somehow, that sensation was suppressed. So for me, from my viewpoint, I have a very good coach friend. He says for him, he thinks so the best drug in this world is carbs and sugar because nobody will know.
God. It's totally true. I got to say on that, it's totally true because now a lot of lifters do this thing called carb depletion, where they'll go and they'll do less carbs. I think that a few carbs in a diet like vegetables are really good for you, but people go way too much, right? And I know we're talking about white breads, all this wheat, all this stuff that like as humans, we weren't really meant to eat and digest. And people are eating that constantly, crackers, cookies, sugar, processed carbs, all of these things that don't do anything, and they can make you feel they can puff up your muscle a little bit. Like before I said on stage as a bikini bodybuilder's competitor, we ate rice cakes because you needed some carb to pump you up. We ate rice cakes with peanut butter. My God, I couldn't look at another rice cake after that.
Yes.
But it was just for stage. But like people do this, they eat bananas before they work out, and they eat like you said, all of it you don't need. When you work out fasted, it is the best feeling in the world. I tell you, I've been working out fasted. Fasted cardio is a thing that's known in the fitness world, but I even do fasted weightlifting. And I do think what you said was really key. for men and for some women too, because we're doing generalities here because I'm a woman who likes to lift heavy, but men tend to do this more, is ego lifting. You lift heavier than you should. So if you're depleted, you have no carbs in your system, you're fasted, and you can't lift the weight that you could when you had carbs, you're going to get this mental ego like lowering where you feel like, oh, I'm weak.
You got to
And
build
men
it up.
hate feeling weak. But
Build
yeah,
it.
that doesn't mean anything, because if your body's exhausted from lifting, you feel the shake in your muscles, you know you got a good workout, that's all you need. You don't need to lift 10x the amount because you're showing up. That's ego lifting. Your ego is getting a workout. But guess what? Ego doesn't build muscle. Okay. Actually can lose muscle. That's how you get injuries. That's how you get stuck. That's how you get yo-yo diets. You get all kinds of problems, ego lifting. Don't ego lift. Lift fasted. Try lifting fasted. And if you're scared to do that, then you need to talk to Ravinder about it, because he'll put you on a program that can help you, and you'll maximize your gains and your fat loss. We don't want to lose weight. We want to lose fat. Keep the muscle. And I'm telling you, it's slowly but surely, but I mean, in a matter of weeks, if you look at the videos we first started doing, sorry, I'm yakking it up, Ravinder, but I get so excited when you talk about fasted workouts because I'm a big proponent of that. And there are studies out there. You guys can do the research, but I get, from the first couple weeks when we started doing this video series, look at my arms and then look at my arms now. I use myself as a barometer because I'm a visual representation. I mean, I was wearing more jackets and covering and sort of like, because I felt puffy and I felt overweight, and I should have done a video where you see my before and after, but you got to trust the process. It doesn't have to take a long time. It can take a month or two, but if you work on an actual program, you can get the results, and inside your guts will feel better. Everything will feel better. Your hormones will be balanced. Working with Ravinder has absolutely changed the game for me. It was the missing component because I would yo-yo. I would lose and gain. And I thought, oh, I'm bulking and I'm cutting. There is a bulking and cutting strategy, but if you put intermittent fasting in as your cutting strategy, you can maintain a level of leanness year round where you don't have to go extreme. Like for me, I've got enough muscle at this point where I want to show it off. And then I can slowly, incrementally add more muscle by being in a small surplus, not a huge surplus where I have to bulk and I get puffy again and then I got to cut down. It's just, you don't have to do that. There are athletes who maintain leanness. They have to jump it back into the game, or enough leanness, low body fat percentage, that they can cut very quickly. You don't want to have this yo-yo thing. It's very hard on the heart. It's hard on the muscles. It's hard on the skin elasticity. It's hard. There's better ways to do this. There's better ways with intermittent fasting. Fitness and fasting, I believe, go hand in hand.
True. Very true. So basically, all you got to do is you got to make your body used to get less carbs. Carbs we get is from vegetables. And everything has carbs. Even eggs have carbs. Everything got the carbs. And it's more than actually enough we need. And once you get used to that, so sometimes when you start going low carb, you might have to reduce your workout because your body is not having that much, I would say, again, drug, carbs and sugar. So once you're leveled with it, you see what you can do. And that is the real strength. Imagine you're stuck in a situation, no food, and your body says, I'm with you, no problem. Like I've done. I can do I've done 40 hours of fasting, and then I did bicycling. Once I did 120 kilometers. I didn't even eat till the first 4 hours of the ride. I didn't eat anything. Then I had some peanuts, carried on. So yeah, so it's like if you're someone who likes challenges, that's a good challenge. You have to understand if you can survive on that thing, just carbs, proteins and fats, you should. So as I say, when you were born, you were only having your mother's milk. You were in ketosis. You were not doing carbs. So whenever you start, every life you start, you are in ketosis. So you better adapt to ketosis, and that's the key factor of health. So remember, it's not about just a muscle, it's about health for me. That's why I call myself health coach.
It's about muscle. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Did you get that? Like I don't like muscles on the top. I'm very happy with my thigh muscle. My goodness, they are there with me, and I know them. If I kick
you're gonna lose the fitness audience. No, it's okay. That's why we have fitness and fasting, because the fasting audience is probably like, I don't need to be buff. Yeah. the combo. This is the great combo. And if you want some help, this is really well said, Ravinder, that we are in ketosis when we come out of the mother's womb. When we're in the womb, we're just drinking milk, which is fats and proteins. That's the building blocks of life, and amino acids. So you don't need to carb load and do all these carbs. And to be honest, fitness people look at normal diet people as something that's like foreign. And then normal diet people look at fitness people as something that's foreign. And I think there's a melding in that we can do. I think the normal human body would benefit more from more athletic eating. And there's so much confusion out there, right? Like, how do you eat as an athlete? Like, somebody asked me, like, why are you training? What are you training for? And I'm like, I'm training for life, like to be fit, but also there's an aesthetic point to it too.
True.
Seen it. I thought somebody knocked on my door, but there's an aesthetic point where I want to look a certain way. Like, you want to look a certain way. You said you don't mind not having the muscle at the top. For me, I'm like, the more muscle, the better. But because of what I do, but I don't want to stress my body to the point where then I have to lose and gain and lose and gain. The yo-yo diet, the yo-yo fitness regimen, I had a little bit of that. And you completely changed with the hormones. Like, that was a necessary thing. And you just looked at my body, you were like estrogen type. Now I don't have that problem. Now I still maintain my curves, but it's not out of proportion. My body's become proportionate. I get so much better sleep. I can survive on less sleep. I do less coffee. Like, all of these little wins and gains from working with you has been incredible. And we've jump started it. I want to actually do a long-term fast, like long-term, like a couple days or a week or something would be really nice. Like a water fast, like a complete would be amazing.
How do you get into fasting also? We'll do a proper thing. And we still have part 2 of the last video. We'll go over that also.
That's right. We forgot to do that. We'll do part 2 of the last video. Probably by the time we post it, we'll do part. That's right. And Joy Tribe, leave comments down below if you like this. It's a little bit longer video. If you like this format, if you want us to do more, it's very simple. It's just Health is Wealth series. I'm just posting it because I want to help you, Joy Tribe, be the best inside and out. And Ravinder is one of my mentors for my body, my fitness, and he's a great guy. He's very positive. He's helped thousands upon thousands of people. He's helped many of my Joy Tribe. I just posted on my Instagram some more success stories on his Instagram at Ravinder Sain _. And Sain is spelled S-A-I-N, but I say he's very sane. In an insane world, choose Ravinder Sain. And we're working together. So Joy Tribe, if you'd like to get some coaching one-on-one, if you want your free consultation, down below. And he'll be available. I'll be available for you. Okay. Well, I love you, Joy Tribe. We're going to end off here. And thank you, Ravinder. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Like, subscribe, share, please, for the algorithm.